We've been commissioned to help out at the Farstar station, where Visage farmers grow food for underprivileged worlds. But due to the eccentricities of the Visage language, I haven't the foggiest clue what we'll actually be doing. Director, what a delightful day and/or night in which to see you. I've had a moment to check our itinerary, and while a few farmers are laden with photonymph parasites, I'm not quite seeing the emergency we were warned about.
Hello, and great tragedy forever. Many friends lost already. Many others at the limits of time. Pleased to work, so their world lines stretch in our company.
I see. Yes. Well, let's see about these parasites and figure out the rest as we go, I suppose. Ms. Orion has been working on a means of detaching various kinds of parasitic blighters. The dossier on parasitology is ready for you, Director. The call awaits, Director. I must admit to being slightly surprised that we're deploying the thing at all, but if Ms. Orion's approved it for use, I'm sure it's perfectly safe. On the prior comment, Director.
Hey, Director! Parasitology has been in the works for a while, and it's finally time to ship it. There are still a couple of issues with the doctopus misreading the subject's gut biome as a threat, and temporarily removing their digestive system. But we can iron that out later. Hope it helps. Try not to look it in the eyes.
I've suggested for months now that we should charge double for parasitized patients, but that's apparently considered grossly inhumane. Regardless, Ms. Orion also requests that we store the photonymphs we extract. For what reason, I'm simply not sure. We're ready to open the hospital at your command. You may also wish to bring in some of your consultants. They're raring to go. Are we ready, Director? Right you are. We're opening the hospital now.
The aperture dilates that life may happen further. Big kisses to you.
I have the inclination to report our client to SR.
What's SR, Heel?
Sapient Resources, maybe. Their job is to look after the company's bottom line while manipulating employees into false comfort. Not to worry, you don't qualify for their services. Our first patients have just slopped in, carrying their own glowy little passengers. Amongst these first patients are some Visage. Ms. Orion has the details on these betentacled fellows. Plenty to learn about the Visage, Director, and all at the tap of a convenient button. Technology truly is something. Something about the flapping of their tentacles is strangely alluring. It feels like a particularly warm hug. Not that I'd know, really. The more that I stare at the cover for this Visage dossier, the more tempted I feel to pop myself onto an ambulance and disappear into one of their nebulae. Would you mind answering that call, Director?
And a joy for their life now, which is now saved forever by you. And now they cannot die forever.
Director, I fear we might have somewhat oversold the effectiveness of our treatments.
harvested well.
Ah, the visage! Most species have a hard time understanding their peculiar minds and visual language. But if you hang around them long enough, you'll just start to get it. They love windows and they love toilets. Windows, presumably, because they get to stare into the void with their luxurious eyes. And toilets? Well, we don't really know. They don't eat, so our best guess is that they just enjoy the lavatorial vibes.
Friends with mittens cured now, their pain removed. Blessings to you, and small presents afforded now.
Hello, Galacticare.
The large friends yet still ache with urgency for ape healing. Please immediately do the healing.
Yes, the large friends. Yes, we'll make sure to see to that pronto. Director, I don't know what we're doing here, and I'm starting to panic. I'll book us tickets on a tanky liner, just in case we need to abandon the proverbial ship.
Just some bits and bobs, really.
We've got an incoming transmission from Ms. Orion. Something about these parasites we've encountered.
See you later, Galacticare. I'm off for a spot of cheese.
I shall keep our caller on hold as long as necessary, Director.
Great job so far, Director. The photo nymphs that have been extracted from those patients, we're gonna use them to make some photo fertilizer. Here will give you the details.
I will. Oh, yes. Yes, of course I will. Director, according to these schematics, the photo nymphs need to be loaded into canisters by our wonderful parasitology demons. Once the canisters are adequately prepared, they'll be dispatched down to the farm to achieve rejuvenation of the vegetables. I'm not entirely clear how, but that's the plan. Given the large volume of incoming canisters, you may want to prioritize them in specific rooms. To do this, select a room and then add canisters as a conditioned priority. You can use this to keep canisters to a specific part of the hospital, or just generally make them feel more important. Director, I recommend assigning our canisters as the priority in some of our parasitology rooms. This will ensure that they're seen to as rapidly as possible. Select one of the rooms to set this up. Our first batch of photo fertilizer is away. Its juices will hopefully nourish these odd vegetables back to health.
Stuff is working. The veggies are looking way better. Also, I think I heard one of the canisters reading out nuclear codes while they were on their way to the ambulance.
Oh, I'm sure they're for a country which no longer exists. Nothing to be concerned about, Maddie.
Are you sure?
Not in the slightest.
Hello, Galacticare. I'm off to catch up with the news.
Many visaged with weeping stones, obscuring speech, and tentacle shakery insufficient. With love for you.
Yes, and we love you too, tentacle person, for wholly contractual and platonic reasons. Patience incoming, Director. Given the materials crusting up their eyes, I'd say it looks like a job for laser surgery. The calcified visage have arrived.